Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. I'm Tavern series of videos. I'm doing for a little line. I'll go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff that, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. I was so tired after today, I could not even be fucked to go over there and drive out and get food. So here we are. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there and try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm in my back room today, which means we get Peter Can Thunderbolt poster behind us. Ooh, Peter Can Thunderbolt poster. Whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I am doing something else. What is it? Well, folks, for 18 consecutive episodes, boom, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for today, folks? What happens to be I already did the boom, but boom, it's my Dragon Ball shirt. I really like this shirt. It's a very cool design. I love the sort of, graphic aesthetics of it and everything with the white and black and then, just featuring the specific colors. And it's Dragon Ball. It's like the OG. If you're somehow unfamiliar with Dragon Ball, I don't know how you could be. Well, you might be more familiar with, its subsequent stuff with, Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Super or what have you. But this is where it started. And for me personally, it's my favorite part of the entire Dragon Ball franchise. I grew up with DBZ more than anything. I still love it, but Dragon Ball has my heart. It's a lot of fun. It's an adventure story. I really like it. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Like I said, I went over there. I got off work hours and hours and hours ago, and I got into a weird, anxious cleaning mood. Sometimes it hits me like that. And I went over there and I spent, I don't know, close to 4 hours just cleaning some stuff up, getting some things ready. I wanted to set up one of my hamsters, so I spent a whole bunch of time doing that. And when everything was said and done, man, I was just tore up. So I went to sleep, woke back up after a couple hour nap, and it was like, maybe I'll go out and grab something. No, I was way too out of it. So I looked inside my fridge for something to potentially review, and I had something, and it was boom! It's frozen pizza. I've reviewed frozen pizza, but this frozen pizza happens to be from Gino's East of Chicago. This is their Tavern-style Thin-Crust pizza, sausage, uncured pepperoni, Canadian bacon, and bacon. So basically a meat lover's pizza. Hooray! And if you're unfamiliar with Gino's East, they are definitely one of sort of the Chicago-style pizza pillars, within the sort of Illinois area. Maybe not to quite the extent as your Lou Malnati's, your Giordano's, but they're still well up there. And yeah, they make frozen pizzas. So let's take a look at the pizza itself. It looks like boom, like that. I popped it in for it's 400 degrees for I did 18 minutes because it said 20 to no. I think I did a pretty good job on this one. And let's get a thing for the thing here. We can make this happen. It will be stupid though. And we'll kind of sure, we'll do it like this. Ha 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 ha. And yeah, man, I've had Gino's East before, but I've never had their frozen pizza, so it'll be interesting to see how it goes. That's good. That's very good. That's proper right there. And you notice, like you said, it's tavern style. So it's like a cracker thin crust. Even though Illinois is probably mostly known for deep dish pizza, tavern style is definitely one of our specialties. It's probably arguably more commonplace in terms of pizza you probably have here. But of course, you're visiting or something like that. Most people go for the deep dish, but Tavern style is excellent. And Gino's East, I mean, I don't know that I've ever had a Gino's East pizza that wasn't deep dish. But I have to give them credit. The crust on this, really good. Really managed to capture that cracker thin style. Still nice and crunchy. I'm like somewhere besides myself is like, could I maybe given this another minute for a tiny bit of extra crispiness, or did I pretty much perfectly nail it? So, but it's really good. Like, it's really flavorful. One of the things that when it comes to like frozen pizzas, one of the most kind of throwaway elements that I feel like gets overlooked a lot is the pizza sauce. And that's kind of weird because like a good pizza sauce is of course going to be, really like at the center of a good pizza. And I feel like the pizza sauce that they're using for this particular pizza, even though it's very thin, it's a very thin layer of the sauce. It's really nice. Yeah. Like, it's doing just enough to go over there, kind of stand out a little bit, I wouldn't say it's like the most. One second. How you doing, buddy? Who's your buddy? Who's doing good? I love you. There you go. You get treats because you're a good boy. That's my buddy Bernard. He's one of my hamsters. I have hamsters, by the way. Bernard is a 2-year-old hamster, so he's a proper old guy ham. I love him. But no, I think the sauce has a nice flavor to it. It's not, I wouldn't call it the hero of the whole thing, but like, it's doing a nice job. And just in general, like everything else, like the pepperoni doesn't taste too salty. Like that's another thing that a lot of times I found with frozen pizzas, kind of overcompensate. But like everything tastes nice and meaty. It's not as good as obviously like the proper sit down Gino's East experience, but to its credit, like that is definitely pretty damn close in terms of being like almost a sit down pizza. Almost. And it undeniably tastes like Gino's East. Like it doesn't taste like just another frozen pizza brand. I can recognize that as being Gino's East style pizza. That's really good. All right, well, 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? I have to go with yes and yes. I think, for me personally, plus it's a little bit nice for me because, I don't have a Gino's East real close by. Like, I've actually really wanted to review proper Gino's East, but, like, there's kind of only one-ish in my area, and, like, it's a little bit of a trip. I will eventually get to it. But, so this is a nice, convenient way to kind of get that experience. Now, the thing is, obviously, it is a little bit more of a premium-style pizza, so I am paying more. And I've explained in the past, like, I eat a fair amount of frozen pizza because, of course, I do. And the thing is, a lot of times I just buy cheapo pizzas, add on some hot sauce, maybe a little garlic salt or something, what have you. Spruce it up a little bit. But I'll usually go over there and buy, like, one nice premium pizza. And I'll be honest with you, like, this is up there. This is really, like, up there as far as, like, premium pizzas that I could get. There's not too many that I would say, like, I would say this beats the hell out of DiGiorno. And the only other one I could think of that's kind of similar would be Home Run Inn, which is another Chicago-based one. Um, yeah, man, like, I like this one. Again, I think it's seasoned well. I think the flavors are nice. It's not, it doesn't, again, it doesn't quite taste like the proper sit down. I'm not going to try to sell you on that. But in terms of, like, again, like, in terms of being close to that experience, it's definitely one of the best that I've had. So I would get it again. And if I'm recommending it, like, absolutely. Again, if you really want that proper Gino's East experience, it's not going to be 1-to-1, obviously. It's still a frozen pizza. There's only so much you can do with that. But in terms of like coming close and at least sort of incorporating the soul of like what Gino's East pizza is supposed to taste like I do think it does that. It's just obviously in a somewhat nerfed format, but you know, it's going to cost you a little bit more than a super cheapo pizza, but like you are paying for that experience, and yeah, I'd recommend it. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, stupendous rest of your year, folks. Go over there yourselves a truly Gino's East-tastic rest of your life. I really need to get out to Gino's East. It's been years since I've been there. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do can't do it all the time. I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, do you have any, like, famous pizza spots where you're from? Like I said, being from Illinois, I am overly compensated when it comes to that because, not only do we have, very iconic spots like, again, Giordano's, Illuminati's, what have you, but then, and Gino's East, I'll tag them in since it's their video. There's lots of great local ones and stuff like that, and it's like, I mean, we're Illinois. Fuck, man, we do pizza really good. Fuck you, Jon Stewart. I'll always add that in. Might be interested to hear, what, even if it's just like a local mom and pop place or something. Hit me up in the comments, let me know. Anyway, bye.